I can't support this $159 million budget. It's got to deliver what our taxpayers expect. Things like smooth roads, deputies showing up in minutes, their buildings clean and in good shape, and a justice system firing on all cylinders. I'm not convinced this budget does that, knowing what needs were left on the table. Our citizens work hard, pay their taxes, and if they're late, they're hit with fees, or worse, they'll lose their homes. They deserve better than what we've got here. This budget process has been a hokey-pokey mess. Items were in, items were out, then some back in, shaking our confidence with every twist. The public has been left in the dark. With no budget in the agenda packet before workshops, how are citizens supposed to weigh in when they can't see where their money's going? Transparency isn't optional. It's our job to serve them, not keep them guessing. Our department heads and elected officials are the backbone of this county, and they've been hung out to dry. Many didn't see their expense sheets until they flashed on the screen in court. These are the champions serving our people every day. They deserved a seat at the table to make sure their departments can function and their staff were taken care of. Citizens of Precinct 1, as your commissioner, I was committed to a budget that reflected your needs and your priorities. Yet we received updates just days before court, sometimes Friday or Monday for a Tuesday meeting. For a $159 million budget, that's insufficient time for a thorough review. I examine every line because that's what you elected me to do. Every dollar matters. This process was disorganized, lacked clarity, excluded stakeholders, omitted critical details, and contained errors. Many departments face funding shortages, which will impact the services you rely on. At my monthly town hall, my citizens urged me not to approve this budget, and I cannot in good conscience endorse a plan that falls short on accountability, transparency, and fiscal responsibility. This process doesn't meet my standards, and I don't have full confidence in this budget. Looking forward, the fiscal year 27 budget process starts tomorrow, September 10th. We can't keep saying that we will take care of your needs next year. Next year is never going to get here if we don't develop a vision for this county and map out the next 3 budget cycles. With a long-term plan that prioritizes needs, we rebuild trust with our citizens and give our department heads and elected officials the confidence they need to serve our citizens better. If we work together, we can reach the excellence we always seem to be striving for. Thank you.
Needs change, revenue changes, expenses change, roads were mentioned. I don't think anybody knew whether they voted for or against the road bond issues back, 10 years ago now, that things were going to go up 60% in cost, that we were going to have 2,000-year rains 2 years in a row that washed out my driveway and probably some of your property as well. That's what we were hired to do, is try to figure this out based on everything that comes into play. It would be great if it was neat and tidy, but it's not. And so I do have faith in this budget. We did have a new budget officer who has since gone. But again, as it was mentioned earlier by Mr. Fabry, the buck stops with us. I have faith in the budget and the budget process. And I would encourage anybody who doesn't think that this was done as it should be to get more involved in it next year. I announced earlier, for family reasons, I'm not going to be running again. If you live in my precinct and think you've got some solutions, stand up, raise your hand, volunteer, run for office. That's how this is supposed to work. But it ain't nearly as bad as some people would make it sound.
Today is the day we do vote on the budget, and this is when they're supposed to be complete. And so we're voting today on this budget. I think I've spoken with department heads, I think all of them, and worked with them, and I feel like we've listened and heard from them multiple times privately. They've had a chance to speak to all the commissioners and say their desires and wants. We knew this budget year was going to be a tough challenge. We knew we were going to be up against it when we had insurance costs right off the bat at $6 billion that we had to move over, and that's challenged us in every arena. So when you make big moves like that with fund balance, you have to adjust, and so we've had to adjust, and I definitely look forward to our planning this next year on the budget. We know what we've got ahead of us in the future. We know the things that we have to address, and so that will be brought out early, and we'll plan accordingly.